time to strap in and get ready. The leaders in NRL SuperCoach are incoming, bringing you the ultimate insight to help you win your leagues and climb up the rankings. You're now listening to the Insight NRL Show with your hosts, Brain, Mattrix, and Whisperer.
G'day, everybody. Welcome back to the Insight NRL Show. We've got into a bit of game day squad tonight, as we normally do, and the season's getting pretty close now, Matty. And I don't know about you, mate, but maybe it might have spent a little bit of time in the transfer market today because I knew this episode was coming up. I thought I'm going to need to try and beat Matty today. What are we doing, mate? What are we doing in this episode?
So Gameday Squad have kindly given us $50 each to build a squad, and as per usual, I enjoy beating you, Braino. So I said straight away, and I really like your hat, but I was thinking I might wear this one tonight.
Ooh,
what do you think?
Are they sunflowers? What are they?
Yeah, they're little
beautiful.
sunflowers. Yeah, I'm thinking this is going to be my little victory hat for tonight. So.
Oh yeah, righto. Well, I mean, I got my Insight Fantasy Sports corduroy blue
Mattrix
king
hat.
crown hat, the Mattrix hat. Yep. So ironic considering you're not wearing it and I am, but yeah, you can get one of these from the store if you want as well. $39.95. Go and enjoy.
I'll get one of these from the store.
But also, we're obviously, from a Game Day Squad perspective, we've got plenty coming up with Game Day Squad throughout this season. And if you followed us through BBL and NBL, you'd already know we work closely with Game Day Squad. So we're super excited for the NRL season. And we thought, you know what, let's create a bit of a game. It's going to be Brain versus Mattrix. We're going to be building a squad of 18 players as per normal. And we're going to be going up against each other with this $50 that we've got to show you what you can do with $50 to build your initial squad from scratch. Now, obviously, we're going to be setting maybe a couple of ground rules here and there. Matty, what to let everybody know, what are the ground rules and how's this all going to play out?
Oh, I think it's pretty open, like between you and me. It's going to be, if we decide to use some of our funds on packs, then by all means, we can use it on packs. Of course, that's high risk, high reward. We're probably going to find that we're going to do that as a bit of a filler because we're going to go all the way to 18 players in this one. But yeah, we're going to fill a full bench as well. We're going to talk a little bit about the scoring system along the way. We're going to have a little bit of a chat about players that are maybe priced out of our budget. And I suppose touch on some guys that maybe we'd like to stash because I suppose this tonight is about me beating you in 2025. But one of the things that I like about Game Day is buying a couple guys that may be injured. I'm thinking like Ezra Mams, obviously not injured, but not playing for the next 11 games. Everybody gets a little off him. Everybody sells his cards off cheap, and then he rolls back into a good role on a fingers crossed good team, and and then goes up in cash, and then you can sell him, use that to update some more. But yeah, pretty open really with the rules, man.
Yeah, cool. I mean, it's like the Dynasty format for most of us that have played Dynasty in maybe different sports or a keeper league for, SuperCoach or fantasy or whatever it be that you play. A very similar concept with Game Day Squad, thankfully, so that, obviously these cards, they're worth a sum of money. There's a rarity on the cards as well. Depending on the higher the rarity of the card, the more points they score as a multiplier if you do play them in your squad, but also the more money they're probably worth down the track because there's less of them made. So yeah, you're plenty to consider here. We've obviously got our competition as well, but for those of you that are new to Game Day Squad, if you want to get started, you can go to gamedaysquad.com.au or you can download the Game Day Squad app and chuck in the code IFSAUS. It'll come up as a prompt to enter a referral code when you get started, put your email in and set a password. That little prompt will come up. You put in IFSAUS in there and you'll get 3 9-player common packs that come with silvers and golds as well as maybe some bronze here and there to get your squad started. So we might consider doing a bit of a pack early. We might rip a pack or two just to see, maybe try our luck a little bit. But we're also, Matty, going to be purchasing cards off the transfer market as well. With the money that we have to try and build this squad. And then what we're going to do, guys, is let you be the voters. You decide who has the better squad, whether it's me or whether it's Matty. By the end, we'll post these on socials as well so people can get involved. But, mate, do you want to kick things off or me?
Um, heads or tails?
Tails never fails.
Heads, tails. You're first.
All righty, let's go. We'll share the screen. For anybody who hasn't seen the website, this is it. I'll just move that off the screen. This is it. So obviously for us, we've got our mini league down here as well. So you can get involved in the mini league, in the private leagues here. The code, which should pop up right here, is RL00H40K. So you'll see that there on the screen. So get involved there. We've got 36 people in there at the moment. I'm sure that's going to rise pretty rapidly in the next couple of weeks before the footy season starts. But that's how you can get involved there. Very, very simple. From the dashboard, they've also got the match center this year, which is a cool new addition. So I'm looking forward to that. But, mate, we're here to build a squad. So what I'm thinking is, I don't know, I've been thinking about this all day. And I thought, you know what, maybe I'll get a bit of a squad filler and I'll open a pack to start just to maybe fill my bench or look at a few of the lesser players before I then go into the market and try and purchase some new ones. So we'll open up the little store here. We'll look at the common packs. And I'm thinking I don't want to go and spend too much cash on packs because the risk there is that you pick up a couple of duplicates or maybe you pick up a couple of players that aren't exactly, what you're looking for or aren't going to score you good points. So I'm probably going to start things off just with a 9-player common pack. So I'll buy one of them now.
I hope you get trashed.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate that. Now that you've said that, I'm probably going to get something good. So you know what? Let's just rip it. Let's just rip it open and we'll see how we go. Just to kick things off. Give me something good. Love like a... Hang on. So when you hover over the card, it'll show you what it is. We've got a silver, gold, silver, 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 gold, silver, gold, silver. Okay. So about three golds and 6 silvers here. So that's not a bad start. I'll open the silvers first. Matty, give me your thoughts on what, when it comes to like the rarity of the cards, is it that important to you? Because obviously you've got to get the player right too. Is that there could be a tendency for you to pick a card or pick a player potentially that you wouldn't naturally play just because it might be a diamond or a platinum card?
I don't like the 0.1 doesn't make a huge difference to me, but I reckon if you get like a diamond or something early on in the piece in your career of playing Game Day squad, I reckon you sell it and fill up a team full of platinums or get some really high scoring platinums and go from there. I think like the difference in price between a platinum and diamond is quite huge, and they're 1.3 to 1.4. I reckon getting a couple high end players in platinum is worth a lot more than having a scrub or somebody that's not going to play as much in a diamond. So
yeah, I've noticed the golds and the platinums on the store are actually relatively within reason. They're well priced. You can pick up a decent gold or platinum card of a good player for like $1.50 to $2. So, that's what I'll be targeting and looking for today. So we got Nanai, I've got Joey Tarpany in silver, who honestly could be playable for me if I don't pick up anything else. I've got Blake Brayley, Daniel Saifidi, Carl Lawton. I probably won't use at all. But I've also got Blaise Talangi there as well. So I don't mind that as a long-term stash more than anything. But we've got 3 gold cards here to turn up. We've got Reid Marnie to kick things off, which is handy. Not a bad start. We've got Jamin Jolliffe as well from the Titans. I actually don't mind that. I think that obviously last year when Tino was out, he got a lot of lock minutes last year and he looked like he has a pretty big motor. So
that's cool. But I still think if you got a silver taps, you're going to play your silver taps over Jolliffe there.
100%. I absolutely am. But you've got to fill more than one middle position. So, and a Jesse Raymond to round things out. So that is my 9 packs to start, and a few guys that probably I'll play. I think moving into this. So let me see if I can add in anybody here. We're going to have to remember who we've just got as well. So we've got me Joey Tarpany there. I might just chuck him in the squad now just to get things going. Matty, let's move over to your screen while I fill my squad, mate, and we can start looking through what you're planning on doing.
Yeah, add us up. I was having a bit of a sniff earlier, and I saw a platinum Nico Hines, right?
Mm.
For $7.50. He was below half price of the nearest ones. I know we were talking off air. I was foxing you a bit, trying to get you to rip a pack of commons first, regardless of if you went first, so that I could add Nico Hines into my team just in case that you saw him. So I'm just gonna It's you've got to expect some dirty tactics from me, man.
100%. No, never expect anything less. Go for it.
So I've just got myself a platinum Nico Hines, ripped $7.50. Because I had a look at Cleary, right? And of course he is my favourite halfback. But I think it's Cleary, Hines, probably Hughes, and then Daylight. So yeah, I just wanted to get the second best in a diamond. There's only 500 of them out there. I think if Nico goes on a bit of a run throughout the year, I could sell him for honestly probably $50 if he's ripping and tearing there. So yeah, number 222 of 500 there, $7.50. Somebody doesn't like himself some Nico Hines. And you get kick meters in this. So you get 1 point for every 30 meters. So in the halves, I did want a guy that kicks. Am I a little bit worried about Braden Trindle kicking a little bit? Yeah. But yeah, I suppose that's why $7.50 and not, I think Cleary's are like 100. So.
Yeah, look, I think Cleary's well out of reach, unfortunately for us. We're taking turn for turn throughout this, are we?
Yeah, we're taking turn for turn. So sorry to mess with your little common pack ad, but I just had to. I just saw him and had to get him.
No, I'm happy to have some bankable cards at the back end because when you look through the store, where I'm in the halfbacks at the moment because I think you're right on the kick meter side of things. I think that we definitely need to be looking for a halfback. You can see here the value that you've just got from that Nico Hines Platinum, that people are asking for $8, $10, $15 for a gold, which I think is probably more accurately priced. You can get a Nico Hines Silver here for $3, which is still 1.1 times multiplier, but you've got the 1.3, I think it is. So yeah, you get an extra 20% of Nico Hines' score essentially every single week. The guys that I'm probably looking at more up the top here, I was just having a look through at halfback. And for me, yes, Jerome Hughes is a good option, but I think Munster coming back is going to maybe drop those kick meters a tad. But for me, it is Munster himself. And we did a little bit of digging earlier, and I've managed to find a gold Cam Munster for $2. So for me, I'm going to lock in Cam Munster early. I think the kick meters come back a little bit now. I'll get him at 1.2 times, and I'm more than happy to honestly play a whole squad of golds if it's the right player. That's not a concern for me. So I'm going to add in my gold Cam Munster here, and he can go straight into my halves when I can find him. There he is. He can go straight into my half spot to kick things off, mate. Back to you.
All right, you're right. It was a good tactic to go rip a pack there. So I'm gonna go get a 9-player common pack. They're very upfront with what you're gonna get out of those packs. So I've bought that. I'm gonna rip it open. Let's see what I get. I love opening basketball cards. You can see a few of them over my shoulder, so this excites me a little bit. I think I have something.
I reckon you got something nice there on that one down now. So on the second row,
so
the third
card. So I've got 5 golds and a diamond and a platinum. So I'm going to get my silvers first off. A Ponga Silver is going to be handy off the bench, I think, for me. Will Warbrick and a Bronson Jerry. Good. Could be very handy. C&K, Maxi Plath, Luke Metcalf. Yes, I've got my boy. Q Jesus walks because I have myself. He's him. I've got Herbie Farmworth, your boy, and Royce Hunt, which I think could go up in value. If you're finding Royce Hunts for a couple bucks in the store, I do think should he play a little bit better, it could be like a little $8 card. Look, I'm super happy here. I'm going to be able to play my C&K. I'm going to be able to play my Metcalf, maybe off the bench because I've already blown a half. And then, Farnworth, Maxi Plath, all playable. And a Platinum RTS. Yes, let's go. 10 in the bin, champion. Maddie's on fire. So I'm going to add these guys to my team. I'm going to take a little photo so I don't forget. But I am, because I've been ripping packs on my own because I eat this up. But yeah, a Platinum RTS, man.
That's very nice.
Yes. You've got your work cut out for your champ.
Yeah, I've been champ twice in about 30 seconds as well. You can tell he's pretty excited about himself. He doesn't break the champ out too early, but yeah, no, well played. You've done well there. I'm gonna make a quick move here. I'm gonna throw
I know
the
best thing.
balls. What's that?
I can play Roger Tuivasa-Sheck. He's a centre in this. So.
Yeah, that's elite. It's nice when you can play those guys, especially because he's going to play on the wing this year. He's definitely a guy that you're going to want. We know in fantasy, and I'll bring the score up very quickly. So the scoring itself, when I'm on my screen, you'll be able to see there on the screen there. You get 10 points for a try. So if for those of you that play fantasy and play SuperCoach, you'll probably find a really nice happy middle ground here. It does reward scoring a little bit more at Game Day Squad in comparison to fantasy, but the negatives are very heavy. So your missed tackles are -3 and errors -3. 6 again, infringements -2. So you can see there players and a -4 for a penalty. So players that are ill-disciplined are going to be absolutely punished in Game Day Squad, probably more so than we see in Fantasy and Dream Team. Obviously in SuperCoach, you're not
I'm
punished.
so glad I have Royce Hunt there.
Yes, probably not. But I mean, maybe Spencer Lenu would outdo him there, but I reckon we probably see some negatives from those guys. But yeah, so for me, I guess scoring is important, but you see the meters gained 1 per 10 meters, and it's the similar scoring to fantasy in that respect, is that those middle forwards just, eat up tackle breaks. You get 3 points a tackle break, you get 1 a tackle, and then you're getting 1 per 10 meters, and these props that are running 150 to 200 meters a game are going to be well and truly in it here. And for me, I'm looking at those guys that are undervalued at the moment. We haven't seen much of preseason. We know that they're going to be good this year, and that's Corey Horsburgh. Now, unfortunately, Payne Haas and Terrell May, probably what we'd consider to be the middle forward 1 and 2, are going to be out of range in terms of price. Unfortunately, I looked up Payne Haas, and I think just a real basic silver card's like $15-20. So it doesn't fit the narrative here for this type of little battle here. But Corey Horsburgh Platinum for $3. If he gets back to his best, I think that I'm pretty happy with buying a Corey Horsburgh Platinum to stick into my middle with Joseph Tarpany at the moment, who's sitting there. So we'll just quickly move over to my competition again. We'll go into champion. Here we are, and we'll just lock in my boy Horse there. I've already got another one of them as well, so I might be able to sell this one on the store at the end. But 2 Raiders in my forward pack. Who would ever think that would go wrong?
I mean, that's about all they've got going for them. So
pretty much.
Kudos to you. I appreciate what you're doing there, but I've just had really big success with a common pack. So I'm going to go back to the well, if that's okay.
Back to the well. That's huge. Nice. I like it. Go for it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go another 9-player common pack. Look, luck was on my side last time. I got some really good cards, and I'm gonna go again.
To see if you get another platinum, I'll be very pissed off. Which I know you fucking will too, guaranteed. No, I don't see any at the moment so far. Just some golds.
I've got a Clifford. I've got a Silver Munster. I actually have myself a out of 100 Diamond Munster too. Not playable.
Just a cheeky little flex there.
Yeah. Don't need to brag on you, but I tell you what, almost as good as my little Sobe card I have in NBL. But we've got Connor Watson there. We've got DeBellin, Jerry again, Oregon Kafusi, Daniel Saifidi. I've got Isaiah Yo Silva and Teague Wilton Silva. So probably the only guy I'm going to look to play there is Connor Watson Gold. But I'm not disappointed when I have a look at the store. I've probably got my value back on a Connor Watson there anyway with a Connor Watson Gold. Yeah, see, Connor Watson Gold's worth $5 anyway. So I basically got all those other cards for $2. So pretty happy with that. I'll have a look. I think he might be playable at hooker. No, he's going to be a second rower, Watson. So
yeah, gotcha.
Middle.
Yeah, he's middle forward. Unfortunately, in this one, Connor Watson doesn't get the dual position in Game Day Squad, but that's okay. That's all right. What I've done now is I've just gone back into my squad and I've just kind of added a few of the guys from the common pack that I ripped earlier on. So I've chucked gold Reed Marnie in at hooker. I've also got silver Blake Brayley on the bench at the moment for my forwards. So, and Jeremiah Nanai on the edge, and I've got gold Jesse Ramey in there at centre. So down the track, I might be able to replace those guys, pending how much cash I've got left to play with. But at the moment, I've filled 7 spots out of 18. So I've got 11 spots left to fill from the transfer market or cards with $38 remaining. So I might rip a pack a little bit later on if I feel like I'm not getting what I'm actually looking for in the store. But let's have a look back very quickly and see what I've got to fill. I've got one more middle forward spot. I've got an edge spot. I've got another half, and the halves we know are the big scorers. And the kick meters you mentioned at the start, Matty, are 1 point per 30 meters of kick meters, and we know that there is a very dominant kicker. And I don't know what it is with Ricky Stewart, but I tell you what, I'm picking some Raiders players tonight, and it's a little bit dangerous for me. But Jamal Fogarty's a guy who often gets forgotten about for the most part, but he is a very popular fantasy player due to the fact that he is getting those kick meters. So let's have a look and see what we can find here. And I'm looking at a platinum Jamal Fogarty for $2.75 at the moment. I'm not sure I can outdo that. There's a gold too. So I've got him. Might be a little bit tactical here, and I might go with a gold Fogarty. Actually, yeah, I might go with a gold Fogarty, save myself 75 cents, because the extra 0.1 probably isn't worth it for me in this one. So I'm going to go with a gold Fogarty for $2 and chuck him in there. We can even look at his history when you open the app as well. You can look back at how many games he's played and what his scoring was like, how many tackles, how many kick meters, and you can see there he's dominating the kick meters stat every single game. So averaged, what's that, 7,600 kick meters over the last season. So yeah, in a very good spot. So I'm going to buy Jamal Fogarty. And we'll get him into the squad right now. And here's my second halfback locked up.
All right, you've got some halfbacks there. Oh, I am going to go a little bit budget, and I am going to add myself a platinum Mitchell Barnett for $3.
Nice, good pickup.
Maybe I'm spending up heavier earlier. There's a bit on the there is a bit on the market there, but I just want to make sure I get to, like, the next cheapest platinum Mitch Barnett is $10, and I know that you really like Mitch Barnett too. So in this particular challenge, I want to make sure I get the really cheap Mitch Barnett before you do. So
well played.
I'm going a little bit earlier. When I see somebody that's really budget, I just think that I need to grab him straight away just to make sure that you don't get him. So
yeah, completely fair. I'm just looking through fullback here.
Try scoring middle forward. I've filled my middle forwards already with Connor Watson, Max Plath, and Mitch Barnett.
Yeah, that's handy. That's actually a really nice middle forward pack. I think I've got 2 options here. I can look at fullback. There is a bit of value at fullback, funnily enough. I just went past a platinum Charles Nickel Kluckstad for $3. So that's not a bad shout. There's also, I mean, I could get a gold Tedesco for $4. That's actually pretty cheap for Teddy. He's nearly one of the best fantasy players in the game. So we could, and there's also $1.60 Scott Drinkwater. The only reason I'm probably off Drinky is the fact that if Tom Duffy's playing, he'll be goal kicking. So that kind of decreases Drinky's value somewhat. I'm just floating through and looking at fullback at the moment. There isn't really anything jumping out at me at the price I want to pay. All of the big dogs at the moment, unfortunately, are the Kalen Pongers and that. You've done really well to pack Kalen Ponga tonight, so that's been a great start for you. But you know what I've got, and it might even be Cal from Gameday squad himself who's selling this one. Cal's Cannons, by the looks of things, is the team name that's selling it. But a $2.50 Dylan Edwards gold could be a really nice plug and play there in at fullback. And we know he's going to have his hands on the ball a little bit more without Jerome Luai at Penrith. So, yeah, you know what I might do? I might just lock him in, because you can see here the price for a Kalen Ponga Platinum is we're looking at nearly $9. And I probably don't have the funds this time around to lock that in. There's someone selling a lot of Latrell Mitchell Platinums as well. So, yeah, I'm going to go back to the Dylan Edwards.
They're pretty good value for $9. There's a couple of them.
Yeah, absolutely. $2.50 for Dylan Edwards gold. I think I'm going to lock that one in now. And I'm just going to make sure I have enough cash at the end. Maybe I might even have a Hail Mary swing at like a rare pack Mattrix, just to see if I can kind of overtake you, do a little Stephen Bradbury at the end of it here, and see if I can pack something really nice if I've got enough cash left over.
Yeah, sounds good. I'm looking at a lot of these high upside I suppose wingers in platinums and probably struggling to find too much value. I really like Dallin with Tenny Zalesniak, but being injured and missing the first 8 rounds, him there at $2.25 is a stash. Like he's somebody that you just go and buy and just wait until he comes back, and he's going to be worth a lot more than that, I think. So there's some really good value Dallins in there. Ooh. I tell you what, if you're backing on the halves, getting Taruva at $1.75 in a platinum is probably pretty good value, considering his base is usually pretty good.
Yeah, that is actually quite nice. I mean, it just depends where you get to see the system be supportive of wingers having big base stats. We saw Jarrell Skelton the other night. He looked pretty good and had, I think, 11 carries out of his own half in the first half, which is what you want to see from a winger. There were just no attacking stats there, so you'd naturally think they're going to be better with Luai. But yeah, definitely, yeah, I like the Taruva play, especially he's a try scorer, isn't he?
Yeah. I'm going to go Greg Marju, though. $2.50. Cheeky
Nice.
little platinum. I know I'm working my budget down, but yeah, he's somebody that I am excited to add in on the wing. I actually don't have a winger yet, so Greg Marju.
Love it. Yeah, good pick. Hard to go wrong with Greg the leg, isn't it?
And Diamond too.
Yeah, that's really nice picking up a diamond there. I'm just kind of looking at, from a rarity standpoint, looking at what platinums are floating around and what kind of value there is. And there's one guy that's screaming out at me at the moment that I'm going to have to lock in, and it actually finalizes my middle forward rotation as well. And I've got myself a $1.40 Cam McInnes. The bloke just puts his head where other people don't put their feet. $1.40 for a guy like this who's going to probably plug and play a 50 to 60 points per game in this format at 1.3 times as well. So I'm going to lock in. Shout out to Stealth05 for selling him so damn cheap, because there's every chance he could play 60 to 70 minutes at lock this year for the Sharks. So I'm going to be locking in Cam McInnes, $1.40. He'll go straight into my squad, and that'll finish up my middle forwards. Where is he? Back over to you, mate.
I am going to look for some of the best golds in the game. We know Nickera and Crichton were the highest scoring last year, so I'm just going to see if I can get a gold Crichton. $3.50. Let me just double check to see I can't get a platinum one. Or $6.
Starting to work down that budget of yours. I like it. I like what I'm seeing. Your squad's looking good, but you don't want to run out of money at the end, mate.
I don't. Of course I don't. Thank you, Captain Obvious.
You're welcome. Because I know you're a big spender. You might get carried away a little bit buying a $7 Crichton or a $9 Latrell or someone like that, and feel free.
You've been to the casino with me, haven't you?
I have been to the casino with you. Yep, dead giveaway.
Oh, Hudson Young, $1.75, platinum. What a bargain. Let me just double check that there's no more. Because, of course, you see something that's great value, you double check you're buying the cheapest. He is at about 60% of value of the next guy. Let me go with my boy, Forever Young, Hudson.
Well played.
He's my first edge forward too. So,
yeah, nice. I've got Nanai locked in there, a silver Nanai, but I'll probably need to do a little bit better than that. We'll see what pops up. It's a shame about Jacob Carraz. You can probably find some Jacob Carraz cards here, but it looks like he's been ruled out for round 1 by Phil Gould on Twitter today. So disappointing. Hopefully he manages that back okay moving forward. But you can usually find some gold at some pretty nice value. You've got a lot of platinums and a couple of diamonds in your squad at the moment. You found some really good picks there. I guess for me, I'm looking for someone who's got base stats. I'm looking for someone Dom Young, he's fine. You can go and check in here in the stats section, actually. You can select the wingers. You can go to season 2024 and you actually see who the top point scorers were in each position. I probably recommend you going and doing that. And it looked like Zach Lomax last year was a top 3 scorer there. Jermaine Asako obviously kicking goals there as well. Brian Tott was just a base stat beast, as is Jacob Carraz. So you can start to see the trends there on who scores well. Greg Marju had a pretty average season for the most part for what people would consider. And Greg Marju is the, I think, 6th most or 7th most or highest averaging player.
Those $2 Taruvas looking pretty good, to be honest there.
Absolutely.
Those $2 platinum Taruvas, they're top 10 top 10 winger, same as Marju there, less than $3 in a platinum. You can make your dollars go a long way. Like, of course, everybody's going to gun for the high scoring in that position. But if you stack your team with those, 6th, 7th highest scoring guys and you're chasing a little bit of upside, that is smexy.
Yeah, there's another $2.50 Greg Marju here. And I might even have to just follow your lead, to be honest. Can we double up on cards or are we going different cards?
Yeah.
We didn't
no,
actually. We didn't talk about this at the start.
It's like SuperCoach. It's anything like that. We can go the same cards if you see good value there.
Yeah, there's that $1.50. There's a $3 platinum for Marju. Jason Saab. Jesus, someone's asking for $20 for Jason Saab. That might be Phil's burner account. There is that $1.75 Taruva there that looks pretty good.
How
and
much
there's nothing else.
Oates?
I don't know.
He was there.
Oh, was he?
Just past him. Yeah,
it's all right. I'll go up and I'll search Oates just to make it a bit easier. Let's see what happens. Xavier Coates, Corey Oates, $2. Someone, Maddie's Minions. Is that your burner as well?
That's my burner.
Love it. I think it's the two standouts here are at that price. I think need to be Greg Marju at $2.50. I think you just got to chuck him in there. So we'll get him now and we'll lock him in and we'll throw him in as my first winger. Back to you, mate.
Mate, I'm a purist of the game, right?
Fuck off.
So when I'm building my team, Nico Hines, I consider a halfback. When we did our draft board, I had him as my number 2 when it come along. But I've got Luke Metcalf coming off the bench. What's he? He's a 7 now. So I need a 5'8". And who is my 5'8" one? One Jerome Luai. Nice. Jerome Luai is currently $2. I'm looking at diamonds. There's not anything cheaper than $50, but a little $2 Jerome Luai in at 5'8", because I just couldn't do it to myself. I'm just treating him as a clear. Like, I would move my team around. I know he's going to play halfback for the Tigers, but look, I've got him there at 5'8". Imagine Jerome Luai with Hudson Young running off his hip.
Tell you what, wouldn't be bad. It would not be bad. I'm just working out which position to prioritize next. I think, I've got to look at my bench as well, because your bench do score. And it's important to make sure your bench is.
They score full amounts,
full
right?
Points. Yep, full points. So you're basically looking at an 18 player squad there. You've got 5 bench players and 13 on field. So you need to make sure you get that right. I'm looking at the fullback position at the moment, and there is a little bit of value floating around. I want to make sure that, because you do get two forward position bench, 1 half on the bench, and then 2 backs. And those backs could both be fullbacks, essentially, which I think is probably the smart play, considering fullback's a better position in SuperCoach. Now, I'm just looking for a little bit of value here, and I tell you what, Charnze Nicoll-Klokstad, again, $1.40 for Charnze Nicoll-Klokstad Platinum. He could be in a really good spot this year, or I could go ahead and I could spend a little bit of money, and $9, and I could bank a platinum Kalen Ponga with a really soft Knights draw. And there's a question mark there. Do I spend $9 on a platinum Latrell or a platinum Ponga at this point? That'd leave me with about $21 left to fill the rest of my squad.
That'd bring you back to how much money I have.
Yep. And I want to keep my advantage at the moment, because I'm not quite sure whether it's going to be worth me spending that kind of coin on him. Let's have a look. See what else is floating around down here. Got a $7 Pappy, $4 Drinky. Nah, I can't say no to a Charnze Nicoll-Klokstad Platinum at that price. So I think the theme of this has been basically find as much value as possible across my squad, so that then I can have a little bit of a Hail Mary punt at the end with something like a rare card, or even if I'm getting a bit cheeky, I might get a bit spicy later on. But I'm going to go Charnze, and he's going to be on the bench in my backs.
I love it, man. I really like that you brought up the Stats Center before, because it let me know how well Jermaine Asako scored last year. So went having a look, saw a couple platinum Jermaine Asakos. One was $4.50. Brings me back down to about $15. But my backs are starting to look pretty juicy.
Yeah, that's handy. I think having a
I
goal
can't see
kicker
him,
is gold.
yeah, and I can't see him like having a worse year than he had. He was right up there near the top. I've got somebody that should he run really well. I think $10 was probably the value for him, and somebody's willing to let him go for $4.50. So, and maybe somebody's just willing to let him go for $4.50 because they had a couple doubles of Jermaine Osaka or anything like that. We're not calling him silly for letting him go for $4.50. Maybe there's a $150 card that they really, really want, so they've got to bank some cash for it. So, yeah, no, I rate it.
Love it. Squad's starting to look quite nice. And you know what I found? I wouldn't call it a premium price at all because I'm looking in the store at the moment and I'm looking at edge forwards because at the moment I only have a silver nanai sitting there. So I need to bolster that a little bit. And one of the best edge forwards in the game, he does have a buy in round one, but that doesn't necessarily bother me because we're looking at overall season. $5.56 for a platinum David Fafita edge forward. $5.50 for one of the best edges in the game. I'm willing to spend that kind of cash to really have that and solidify that position. So let's go and get David Fafita, $5.56. That brings me down to $23, and we'll chuck him in at edge forward. I bet you I've already got one. I bought a lot of duplicates, but we couldn't use our own cards in this one. But that's okay. So I've got 1, 2, 3. I've got 5 positions to fill at the moment. $23 in the bank, and then I can probably replace maybe a couple of these guys as well. Maybe a Nanai gets replaced later down the track. But mate, we're up to you. What are you looking at?
Bo Firma.
Oh, he's edge partner with Titans theme.
Yeah, $2. I was looking at that. I really like a Hosking. I know he's not playing that well at the moment, and he's not playing really anything in the preseason at the moment. But I just think a Bo Firma's going to outscore him really there. There's lots of good IPAPs and Johnny Bateman's and Nanai's, which I think are really good value. But I think Firma. We all look at him for dual in other formats, but I just think he's underpriced at $2. Everyone is priced at $5. I'm getting him for $2. Honestly, after I upload the video, I might go upload him for $4.50 and go make myself $2 and buy myself a can of Coke.
Like that's the game, isn't it? Really, like you're looking at picking up players at value and then selling them for profit, and that's how you build your squad over time. I'm looking at edge forwards again, and I just typed in diamond just to see what was floating around. I think the cheapest diamond card. I did see a Matt Dory diamond in there for $2.50, so maybe people have given up on Matty Dory, which is fair. I've got a middle forward spot on the bench that I'm looking to probably solidify here, and it's getting a little bit tricky. I'd love to have a Terrell May because a Terrell May or a Payne Haas could win you the league, in having him. And I think what I might even do is I might even look for maybe a gold or a silver Terrell May and see what that's going to set me back because it doesn't look like there's one there for gold. No silvers either. And so the only Terrell Mays are platinums or diamonds at the moment. The cheapest one is a $15 platinum Terrell May. So I'm not spending that. For the sake of it, we're going to have to pivot and look at someone else here. We can see a silver Payne Haas for $7.50.
Great audio content for those of you playing at home.
Yeah, I'm trying to talk people through it so that it doesn't sound terrible. But
I'm staring at you. Oh, KO Weeks is up there, Brent.
Yeah, shout out to Brent, KO Weeks' biggest fan. You've done really well to get that Mitch Barnett nice and cheap. He's $10 there from whoever listed in there. No, you know what I might do? I might just open a pack and see if I have any luck. I feel like I've got a bit of a buffer. I might get a 9-player common pack just to keep things moving. If I wanted to buy a 9-player rare pack, we've got to let's look at the pricing just so that we've got ahead of it. Yeah, 19. I'm not going to get a 9-player rare pack, but I might be able to pull maybe a 3-player rare pack Hail Mary at the end. I'll leave myself $10.
Yeah.
So I might do that. Let's play a 9-player common pack. We'll pull another pack now. So you can see on the screen, 61% silver, 30% chance of gold, 6% chance of bagging a platinum, and 1% chance of getting a diamond. So let's see how lucky I am. I think on Skitty and Horse's AFL episode, Skitty bagged a diamond from one of these packs. So Let's see. Let's see how he goes. We'll open this pack now, and it might give you a bit more time to work out how you're going to beat me. Give us something good. All right, silver, gold, silver. Worst pack ever.
No, that's not a silver. That's not a silver. The one below.
That one is a diamond or a platinum, one of.
Platinum.
Let's see. All right, we'll start with the silvers. Oh, Burbo. Big Burbo.
Oh, yes.
Great start. And Jason Taumalolo, the fallen gun of Cowboys past. Nelson Asophis, this could have actually been probably one of the worst packs. This one, got a Dylan Edwards. This card's flashing at me. But I'm going to, let's just open it and see what happens. If it's I've got a Stefano Utukamanu. I don't mind that. He could probably slot in on my bench at the Storm. We've got Dane Laurie here. I'm going to leave the good card for last, as you do. I've got a gold Xavier Coates, not ideal. A gold AJ Brimson actually isn't too bad, considering he's going to be named in the 6 for the Titans this year. And where can we pick him up? We'll have a look at where we can pick him up. But here we go. Here's the card to know. Let's see what I'm going to pull here. Oh, it's a platinum Roger Tuivasa-Sheck that I've matched you with there. So nice. I don't mind cancelling that out from you. So let's go and we'll chuck these guys in. I don't mind chucking in RTS. Roger. No, I can't put him in there, can I? Because he is not a winger. He is a centre.
Yep.
Roger Tuivasa-Sheck, platinum. Get in the team. Anybody else that I had there? Probably not, really. Not really anybody that I love.
Unless you want to play like a Brimo off the bench or something like that.
Yeah, where would I pick Brimo? Is he in the halves? Let's have a look. No, he's not in the halves. He might be centre or he's probably in the backs off the bench. So I probably wouldn't mind actually locking him in there. Yeah, so he's a centre.
He's a centre, yeah.
Yeah, so he can be my second bench centre or bench back as a gold. So I've got 3 spots to fill here at the moment. Potentially 4 if I want to replace Nanai.
Yep.
Where are you at?
Mate, I have a couple bench spots to fill, which is fine. I have a few guys. I took a photo of my common packs. I was sort of hoping not to use them, but I probably will be. Sometimes it's not what you spend, it's what you save.
Here we go.
You've heard that said before. But I just found Platinum Hamiso for $3.
Jesus, that's real nice. Dolphins have a nice draw to start the season too.
Hamiso, yeah. Not Jesus. Luke Metcalf I've already got. So yeah, look, I'm just gonna go hammer. Oh.
Are you? Who have you seen? You can tell that Mattrix has done a bit more research. He's been sitting at work today and he's been pretending to do some work from his desk and he's been scouting.
$7.50 Reece Walsh. Leaves me very bare and barren to fill my team. But Reece Walsh, look, it is a dynasty format as well. So Reece Walsh being my best fullback there. Only very young. I think that he'll be I think that $22 is more like what he's worth. So getting him for $7.50. Can say there was a James Tedesco, Gameday Squad ambassador there for $7.50 as well. But because, I'm going to keep these cards, Reece Walsh is a bit earlier in his career than Teddy, as much as I love Teddy.
That's fair. Now, let's have a look and let's just look around here for a Zach Lomax. I'll quickly swap back to my screen. So Zach Lomax priced, there's a $4 gold here I'm looking at, $3 or $2.75 silver. A $4 gold is pretty good value for Zach Lomax over at the Eels this year. You can pick him as a winger as well. And just confirming, even though he will play centre, I have a wing spot. So he could probably partner Greg Marju there. That'll bring me down to $12 and I'll only have one more squad spot to fill. So I might be able to take a flyer on that rare pack at the end. So what we'll do is we'll go back to players. I'm going to lock in that $4. Stealth05 has put in some really good cards for me here. I feel like I've only bought his cards this whole time. So
thanks, Stealthy.
$4 for Zach Lomax, who was the 3rd highest winger scorer in Gameday Squad last year. So we'll lock that one in. Chuck him in, mate. What have you got left to fill?
I've got to get a hooker and a couple of bench spots with, I think I had about $1.50 in the account. So I probably have close to $5 there. Looking at this scoring system, I'm pretty high on middle forwards. So, firstly, of course, I like a platinum. In case you haven't noticed, so I'm going to have a look through some of these just to see if I can find a platinum at really, really good value. $1 David Clemmer. There we go, guys. But I'm thinking I'm going to have to fill my team up with golds, to be honest now. Actually, I think I like a high upside player.
Mm-hmm.
I think I saw a little platinum nano there earlier. So
Yeah, nice. You get an extra 20% on my silver nano.
yeah, so I'm going to play a platinum nano off the bench, leaving me with basically $3 for my last couple positions.
Fair enough. I've got to make a decision here on whether I still want to play that rare pack at the end as a bit of a Hail Mary for 3 cards, or whether I want to actually get a better squad and try and be a bit competitive and get a guaranteed solid player to start the season. And I'm looking at a platinum Dylan Brown for $4 at the moment. And he could be my bench halfback. Obviously, his scoring, I think, gets a little bit of a hit with Mitchell Moses back. Obviously, he doesn't get all the playmaking and he doesn't get the kick meters in game. But Dejan Arce did a fair bit of kicking last year too. So let me see if I can beat it. Luai's $5. Matty Burton I would have liked, but yeah, I tell you what, he's demanding a pretty penny at the moment in the store. Someone's trying to sell a Dylan Brown gold for $10 when there's a platinum $4 on the store. So that's good. Yeah, there's really nothing else jumping out at me. $3.50 Trindle. I'd rather pay the extra 50 cents to get Dylan Brown. So I'm gonna add Dylan Brown in, and I think I'm probably just gonna maybe go a common pack and see if I can get something handy at the back end. So let's go Brown, platinum $4, and let's get him in. All right, what have you got left again?
I've got to get a hooker and a bench forward spot. Off air, I just picked a Will Warbrick that I had from my common pack earlier that I didn't have in my team. I put him in. So basically, I've got a couple spots. Looking at hookers, I was considering even just bringing in one of the guys that I got from packs earlier, but I found a little bit of value.
Okay.
And I found a Wade Egan for 80 cents in a platinum.
Egan. Love that. Yeah. Are you worried about AFB leaving now? It's going to be like less relevant.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. And I think that this gentleman obviously is worried about that as well. But for 80 cents for a platinum,
yeah, that's a bug.
To be honest, the next cheapest one's $4. And I know I'm talking about making $3 here, but I'm on penny pinchers. I spent up for Reece Walsh instead of being able to pay up for some of these other guys a bit later on. Like I had 2 $7.50 cards in there. So I paid up for my guys, which
fair.
I have to make some sacrifices at some stage. And look, having Wade Egan in my team, I probably didn't envisage at the start of this game. But for 80 cents, sometimes it's not what you spend, it's what you save.
Oh, I'll tell you what, speaking of, please tell me. Yes, this is exactly what I was looking for. And I've had to go gold because I still want to get a common pack just because I'm a bit of a pack fiend, as if you haven't tell. I love opening a pack and taking on a bit of risk. But I'm looking here at my boy. Anybody watched the My Guys episode, they would have seen that I love Dylan Lucas this year. $1.75 for Dylan Lucas. I've just got to make sure I've got enough. Am I going to have enough cash left? How's my maths? 6. Oh, fuck! I'm not even going to have enough money for that. No, I'm not. Fuck.
You could probably get a pretty good backup card for $6 if you want to do something like that.
I think what I'll do is I'll just get a 3-player pack just to pull a pack just to see how we go. But Dylan Lucas can replace Jeremiah Nanai there on the edge. Gold Dylan Lucas. I'm pretty high on what he's going to do this year, I think. So
you can get a 1-player rare pack too for $4.99 if your team's looking pretty full.
Yeah, I could take a punt on something like that if I wanted. So
just remember, you get bronze cards just by logging in all the time. So I wouldn't be opposed to you just filling it with a bronze player if you needed to get you guys.
My thing goes wigging out. But anyway, let's work out what's going on here. I might have to refresh my browser very
You
quickly.
throw it across to me because I'm not buying Dylan Lucas anyway.
Go for it.
I've got my last hooker spot. You guys know how high I am on Appy Coruscant. He's somebody that I kept all year. There's a platinum there, just below value, but for $3.50, I can put him in my lineup, finish it off, and I'm really happy with my.
I was going to say you'd be really happy with that, wouldn't you? Like picking up Appy there at the back end. Yeah, yeah.
I had to stop myself from champing you twice in an episode.
Hey, well, it wouldn't stop you. Wouldn't stop you. All right, I think I've got $6.49 left in the bank. I've got a couple of silvers in my squad. I've got a Joey Tarpany silver, which is still fine. I've got Blake Brayley and Stefano Utokumanu on my bench in the forwards, but everything else is either platinum or gold. So let's have a look. See, I've got $6.49 what I can buy with that. So I could get a one-player rare pack and just take a punt. If we have a look here, you're a 16% chance of getting a platinum, 80% chance of getting a gold, 3% chance of getting a diamond there. Obviously, if you're a big punter, you can get a unique pack, and you can see there that you're an 83% chance of getting a platinum, 16% chance of getting a diamond, and a very, very slim chance of getting a legend there if you pay up for those packs, as well as the all-star packs. But I think what I might do is I might just get let's make it interesting and just get a one-player rare pack and see what I can pull here from this. $4.99. That'll leave me with $1.50, and I don't even think I'll use it, to be honest. Let's open up a rare pack and see how we go. Hey, one card, and you can all laugh at me when it's going to be terrible. It's a gold. Of course it is. And it's a Moses Sully.
Yes.
To be fair, I don't hate that, but that's probably secured the win for Mattrix there. Shout out to the random pack openings. Would I play him over Jesse Ramian, Moses Sully? No, probably not.
No,
probably not.
All right.
Are you done?
Text through your team, champ.
Cool. All right. Thanks, champ. Reid Marnie at hooker. I've got Corey Horsburgh, platinum Corey Horsburgh, silver Joseph Tarpany, and a platinum Cam McInnes at middle forward. I've got Dylan Lucas and David Fafita on the edges, gold Dylan Lucas, platinum David Fafita. I've got silver Brayley and silver Stefano on the bench. I've got a gold Cam Munster, gold Jamal Fogarty in the halves with, I'd probably put Dylan Brown as a platinum on field there, but those three guys in the halves are pretty happy. It doesn't really matter where you have them. I've got gold Jesse Ramian and a platinum Roger Tuivasa-Sheck at centre. I've got Marju, platinum Lomax gold at wing. I've got a gold Dylan Edwards at the back there at fullback. And then I've got AJ Brimson gold and CNK platinum on the bench for the backs, mate. Let's go through your team. How'd you go?
Not bad. I've got my Tiger, my boy Appy there. If he gets the goal kicking, this is hitting it completely out of the park. I've got Mitch Barnett at platinum there as well in middle forward. Connor Watson and Maxi Plath. My boy Hardy Young and Bo Firma there from the Titans. I have Jeremiah Nanai and Wade Egan there at hooker. Of course, if Mitch Barnett is scoring well, Wade Egan's going to be scoring well. They play pretty well there. Jeremiah Nanai, I don't mind off the bench. He's going to be a high risk, high reward guy. Might help me win the team of the week. I've paid up for Nicholas Hines. He was him and Reece Walsh were my most expensive players in this one. I got Jerome Luai at value. I am from a Gameday squad, I suppose, standpoint and everything like that. I do think that the Tigers are going to be a lot better this year, and those guys are going to go up in value as the Tigers find a few more points. I've got Jesus. I've got Luke Metcalf there. Look, talk about having some my guys. Look, this is a Warriors and Tigers outfit, to be honest. I got RTS, pulled him out of a little common pack, which is excellent value there. I've got Herbie Farnworth, and pretty happy to play him at gold because I think being the best center in the game. Best center in the game?
Oh, it's up there. Look, he's one of. I don't know whether he's the best.
Okay, so he's the best center in the game. And I've got him at gold there. Definitely couldn't get a platinum in there. Platinum Greg Marju, a bounce back year. Jermaine Asako, is there in a platinum as well. I've got Reece Walsh in my star-studded lineup. No captains in this one, but if I had to have a captain, it'd probably be Reece Walsh or Nicholas Hines. My only silver in Willie Warbrick. Honestly, between getting a Hamiso platinum and a Reece Walsh, that's probably why I'm a bit weaker here at the end with Will Warbrick and CNK at fullback there with gold, man.
Nice, very well done. I think you've I think you've probably pipped me there. I reckon you've got a better squad. But let's let people we'll let people vote. You know, funnily enough, in the background, I thought, fuck, I'll just do a one player common pack because I had $1.50 left over and they're 99 cents. So I pulled a one player common pack and I'll show you who I got. A platinum Ryan Madison. So the 90 cents pack of one player was better than the $5 pack. And that is the luck of the game, unfortunately, when you're pulling packs. And but you can get some absolute cracker cards. I think Deadly's got Deadly from the Insight AFL show pulled a legend, Tyson Frizzell, in the NRL or the rugby league side of Game Day Squad. So you'll probably see that on the store for about $700. He's trying his luck trying to sell it. So one of one Tyson Frizzell. I don't know how long Tyson Frizzell has left in the league though. So he's got to want to get rid of that one quick.
You know what? That is you'd have the only Ryan Madison platinum out there on the market. Of course, you're going to have to keep this one for round one because I want to play against you, man.
Yeah, let's see how these teams go. Maybe we'll just see who scores the most points in round one from the teams we've just made. Maybe I'll chuck Ryan Madison in there on the middle forward bench or something like that instead of Blake Brayley. We'll see how he goes. But guys, hopefully you got a feel for it. Hopefully you fall in love with it as much as we do. I mean, Game Day Squad sponsor the show, but it's one of those things that we've been playing for more than a season now. We got into it a couple of years ago, and it's good fun, and it provides just a little bit of change, a little bit of something different that's not SuperCoach or fantasy like that platform. We're so used to that platform that there's more opportunities to win prizes as well, Matty. These guys give away like nearly $100,000 in prizes every single season, which is nuts.
Yeah, it's just another way to win. I'm mad at collecting cards, as you can see over my shoulder, and it's just a way to collect a little bit more. I get all hot and heavy, like with my Cam Munster diamond there. I get a little hot and heavy when I pull something pretty big out of these guys. But it is about match building in that as well. Much like the other formats, I'm picking my teams from the players, and then if I can go the rarities as well. But I also, much like the other formats, like if you get on a Skelton or somebody like that, and he's quite cheap, and he turns into the base stat beast that we actually think, like you buy him early on in the year, sell him later on in the year, and be able to get stepping stones using real money to work your way up. You can actually make some really good bank just by, like, I am looking at these Jeremiah Nanais and Johnny Bateman's, and there's only 500 of them out there, and they're getting sold for $2. Like, I just want to get $20 out there and buy 10 of them, and just and then sell my 10 of them when they're $5 in a couple of weeks, because I think the Cowboys would be better than we all think. I think they're a top 8 team, and these guys are both edge forwards for them. So.
Yeah, that's right. It's like a stock market. You want to try and jump on when the player's low if you think they're going to have a bump, and then you want to sell them at the top. So, hopefully you guys get a feel for the game, get a feel for how you can build a squad. Obviously, we utilized $50 there, but we had way more than enough players to get a full squad done, and a very competitive squad, mind you, in the champion level, which is no salary cap either. So there's obviously different game modes that you can play as well. But join the league. We basically rewind back to the start. You'll see the league code, or you can click below in the description. It'll be there. And use that code IFSAUS if you're new to Game Day Squad, and it'll get you 3 9-player common packs. Thanks for watching, guys. We will be obviously back a little bit later on. We've got a fun one coming up, Matty, for Game Day Squad before the season starts. We're going to be ripping some packs open live, but even more importantly, we're going to be giving away some pack codes in the live chat too. So it'll be worthwhile people tuning in live when we are ripping those packs open. They might be able to score some cards.
Yeah, and I think being a member of our Patreon, we're going to be giving them away. Game Day Squad have been pretty good to give us some packs. So if you want to get involved in the WhatsApp chat, which did I tell you I went for it was like a 3K run. I went for like an 18-minute run. I pulled up. I had to mute the conversation because it wouldn't let me listen to my Drake and Kendrick, and I had 95 missed messages of people just talking about NRL. So get to be a part of the community, and we're going to give you your money back in that in game day codes anyway. So.
Yeah, 100%. Absolutely. Guys, thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we do. We'll be back for more Game Day Squad content and, of course, SuperCoach stuff in the future as well. We'll catch you then. Have a good one.
Cheerio.